What's up everyone, Gids here for another TFT guide for everyone. So patch 14.3 has been cooking for a while now, and I think we have a really good strat coming along. So if you learn all these lights right now, and it's actually very easy because they all are kind of related to each other and it's all AP. So it's very easy. So tier is very important. So if you have any tiers from your opener, then this is going to be your games, okay? So let's break them all down. I'm going to show you all of the comps first and then show you how to build up later on and how to do your roll downs, okay? So yeah, let's go and start. First up, we have our 7 Street Demon comp over here. So I'm pretty sure everyone should already know this one. I've made multiple videos on how to make this work already. So it's going to be Brand, of course, as your main carry. You can duo carry it with Ziggs, but this time around, Ziggs is now a utility unit, while Samira is now going to be your secondary carry. So Samira with IE plus Last Whisper plus 1 item is going to be very strong. Plus 7 Street Demon is just so dominating in this game. Okay, early game, you're gonna have Echo item carry your Nico items and Zyra item carry for your Brand. This is a very standard comp. So you want to be level 6 at stage 3-2 roughly. Stage 3-5 is your level 7, or if not stage 3-5, it's going to be stage 3-7. And then you're going to be level 8 at stage 4-2. Do a roll down, try to find Brand, Ziggs, Nico. You get 2-star Brand, 2-star Nico. That's usually enough signal for you to be able to go to level 9, especially if you are healthy enough. Okay? If you get Samira 1 at your level 8 roll down, then you're kind of set. Like you have your 7 Street Demon. But if you don't have Samira yet, you're gonna want to play Rengar, 2 item carry for your Samira, or just put it on Jinx actually. I think Jinx is better, but Rengar is just here for the 7 Street Demon at level 8 if you don't have Samira yet. Okay? So that's for this one. Some augments, usually it's just level up augments. Combat augments are just anything that gives you AP, mana, whatever, right? So Little Buddy's also very strong here. Even though you have only 3 units here, it's actually buffing so many units. So that's 5 units being buffed by 3 units. So very strong comp, very consistent and very contested as well. Usually you're gonna see 1 Brand player or 1 Street Demon player in the lobby consistently. So you're going to decide if you want to contest that player or not. Okay, so if you are contested with Brand, this is an easy transition into Annie with 5 amp right now. So 5 amp, super fun, man. This is so fun to play right now. 5 amp has been buffed, but if you look at the units, almost similar. Still Nico, Echo, Kobuko, Ziggs. So that's like the core, plus Samira, of course. And then you just have Annie here instead of Brand. So usually this is also actually very contested. Most of the time, someone's playing Annie either for Golden Ox or for just Amp as well. But also a very strong comp. Almost the same build-up as well. You just need a lot of AP items on Annie. If you did build a JG, you can give that to Yuumi. I usually don't itemize Ziggs because Yuumi is usually much stronger right now with 5 amp. So I think Yuumi is going to deal much more damage than Ziggs. Okay, and then Kobuko, of course, will be holding all your extra tank items later on, or just move your Nico items to Kobuko once you have Kobuko 2. Kobuko 2 is actually very strong as well and so nice. But again, very contested units right here. Almost the same build-up again with the Brand comp. Annie, there's a lot of blue buff carriers right now. Like we can also have Veigar item carry or Morgana item carry. But if this one is also contested and you already built your blue buff, then here's your other option. Another very strong comp with Vex, but this board right here, max cap. Max cap board, very expensive, but super strong. So if you get to this board, you basically won the game. Okay, so you have Vex as your main carry, and now he's going to be the one carrying your blue buff. If you did make a Shojin, that can easily go onto Aurora or onto Varus temporarily and then transfer it to Aurora later on. Aurora, of course, can pull Urgot or a Zac, whichever one you hit or whichever one is the one that you need the most at the moment. Sejuani will take your items, but if you did get some good items for Mordekaiser as well, it's good. But yeah, there's a lot of units you can itemize here. So TGs are really good here. So if you have Lucky Gloves is going to be the best augment for this comp as well, because there's so many units that you can just itemize. Okay, so that's just your Vex. So it's kind of different from, well, it's not different from how you played Vexotech before, because this time around you're just playing around 3 Exotech units, but you can still play 5, especially for the mid game, if you don't have access to the 5 costs yet. All right, so yeah, this is now more centered around Divinicore as well. So Divinicore units are pretty good this time around. Vex buff has been reverted, so there is no buff. This is supposed to be 150% of over healing damage. So yeah, okay. And then lastly, if this is also contested, or well, if you see a line for a reroll, and you have, or maybe you have Pandora's Bench, Team Building, Heroic Grab Bag, or Starry Night, consider going Nafiri. Item check here for Exotech is if you have Pulse or if you have Hyperfang. So I made a video on this one for a gameplay as well already, so be sure to check that out if you want to know how to play it out. But basically, you're gonna be rolling for Nafiri for a bit at level 6. As soon as you hit Nafiri 3, you can hit Nidalee 3 as well, actually. That's pretty good. Nidalee 3 can actually help kind of carry, but early game, Nidalee can hold Nafiri items if you don't have Nafiri yet. And Nidalee can also hold for Yuumi items if you don't have Yuumi yet. So Nidalee is a really good unit here. You can also open with Nitro with this comp. Open with Nitro, then just drop Nitro later on once you have 5 amp, right? So you can drop Annie, Samira first while you're not yet high level, right? So this is the specifics on how to play this thing already. So could be Shyvana actually. Shyvana might be better for a front line, right? So you can have your Nitro here early game, and then transition, drop these two for 5 amp later on into the game. Okay, so that's basically how you play this comp. Very easy, very simple. Slow roll level 6, level up to 7. Slow roll for Yuumi 3. Well, not really at 7. You can actually go level 8. Slow roll at level 8 for a Yuumi 3 because Yuumi 2 is already very, very strong. Also, this comp is a very strong user of artifacts. So Portable Forge, super strong here. Cutlass, Mittens, and then Yuumi with Lichbane or Manazane, super, super strong. Okay, so yeah. Next, we have our stuff right here. This is your possible openers. So Mundo, Echo, and Zyra for your Street Demons, super strong. Also have Bruisers with Morgana for the Vex. Actually, everything here can transition into any of the comps that I mentioned. You can also play Poppy and Veigar. You can actually play Veigar if you have high score, but it's not that good anymore. Veigar is a top 4 comp, but usually you end up 4, 5, 6 around that area. So it's not that strong anymore. Okay, so these are your possible openers. Of course, there's also the Nitro one that I mentioned earlier. First, the Shyvana, right? So these 3 right here could also be an opener. So very good openers right here, right now. So I don't really recommend going AD right now. So the only AD comps right now is really just Tafiri. We have Marksman Aphelios for sure, but I don't know. There's not a lot of lines. There's also Twisted Fate. Well, you can play Twisted Fate and Aphelios for your Rage Blades. Okay, so those are another 2 comps that you can learn, but that's pretty much it for the AD comps. But yeah, that's it for your climbing strategy for patch 14.3. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, leave them down in the comments below. And that's it for me, and see you in Remix Rumble because I'm gonna hit Masters this patch, and I'll see you again in the next set revival. All right, so that's GG's.